Hello, everybody. How are we doing?
Hello, fine.
What about the others? So, how are you doing, Denise? Good. Good day today you've had? Have you had
As
a good day
always,
today?
yes. Good. As
All
always.
right. Okay. You sound a little as if you were rushing somewhere. No.
No, I think no. I sit at the desk at home.
Uh. Okay. Very good then. So, all right. So, how was your day today? All good? Yes. All right. What about the others? What about the others? Are they going to join us or not? Natalia, Silana, we can't hear you. I think I made it a discussion. Discussion is on, so everybody can talk, I suppose. Yes. All right. Today, as it is, we are talking about a good sport. A good sport. hmm Let's give the others a minute. Probably they'll join us. So, Denise, do you do any sport? Denise, are you here? So, Denise, do you do any sports? Is today a holiday or something? What happened? Usually there are more people than these, no?
Only football. I think football, but on amateur level.
Okay. All right. And how long have you played football?
What? Can you repeat?
And how long have you been playing football?
Um, I think more than 10 years. More than
Oh,
10 years, but I haven't played for a year because I have injury, knee injury.
okay. Sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. Okay then. Um, uh, so well, on the first page here on page
Okay, I'm
98.
here.
Hello there.
Yeah.
How are you? Svetlana? Good. All right. So today we're talking about sports, Svetlana. Do you do any sports, Svetlana? Svetlana,
Hmm?
do you do any sports?
A good spot, huh?
Do you do any sports, Svetlana?
Before.
Okay. You used to do sport, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
I used to do sport.
okay.
I was, and I hope now I was a good salsa dancer, really. And I I maybe 3 times a week I went to gym. So now in post
And
because I really
and why did you stop?
repeat.
And why did you stop?
Yes, I didn't want to stop, but why a sport? Because I don't want to 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 take to take coronavirus, and because I'm my job with people, so I have to pay attention. So that's all.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose it's just two of us for today. Oh, there's another person. I took Svetlana. I just not doing that. All right. Anyway, so we have some games here, and
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions first before we get into it. Okay? We have
Okay.
a battle of the workouts here on the page. Battle of the workouts. Um, but okay, we have a little article here before we get into that to discuss. Okay, the article is, well, why do we do sports, guys? That's a question. Why do we do
Why we
sports?
do
Here's a
sports?
question for you guys.
For good mood,
Yeah,
for good
yeah. Why?
shape, for good mood. It's and
Okay,
yes,
for good
and
mood. Okay,
sport. For my daughter, sport is her job because she's professional tennis player.
For health,
okay,
when you work your brain, when you do sport, your brain work better, and
Yes,
more
okay,
oxygen in your organism. It's
yes,
healthy for you
okay,
for it.
yes.
okay.
Maybe for
So yeah.
communication, if we say
Yes.
about team sport like football, hockey.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's one way to put it.
For
Okay.
fun,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, come again?
for fun, sometimes for
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 fun.
fun,
fun.
for fun. Okay, sometimes for fun. Okay, I agree with that. The
To
first one here we
spend
have,
to spend
it's
to spend time too.
to spend time,
And
right?
for
Okay,
mental health, like chest and throat.
okay, okay. All right. But what about this? Do we agree with this point 15 that brings positive energy? Does anybody agree with that? Of course. I think
Yes,
like
yes.
football, for example, team sports bring a lot of positive energy. But how about discipline? Can someone elaborate on that? It teaches us discipline. Can someone talk about that a little?
Yes, it gives us positive energy.
No, but what about point 17? Point 17 teaches us
Um,
about discipline.
teach about discipline. Yes, it teach us to obey some rules to do this
Okay,
because
exactly.
some rules forbidden in team. You have to be like team, not thinking about yourself, but about other team players.
Exactly, right? All right, very good. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, right? Okay. But before we choose a workout, okay? Before we choose a workout, what things are before you choose a kind of workout, right?
Hmm.
No, this is an interesting. Okay, so before we start talking about the whole battle of the workout, let's read the quote here first. I'm sorry. Okay, the quote here is beautiful. I think the quote says, "Runners run because they like running.
Mm-hmm.
Joggers jog because they like cake."
Mm-hmm.
I'll read that again. Runners run because they like jogging because they like running.
Hmm.
Joggers jog because they like cake. What do you guys think about that quote?
It's about
When you
jogging.
eat something, you have to
Uh-huh.
reduce your calorie,
Jogging,
and you
jogging.
go to jogging.
Yes.
But running is a special sport, like it's you speeding, not like jogging in
Mm-hmm.
appropriate tempo.
Yes, yes. Joggers, yes. It's the
More
same,
faster.
the same,
You
yes.
running more
Yeah.
faster when you running, but when you jogging, you more slowly running.
Yeah. I
Okay.
like Scandinavian walking, yes.
Yeah.
The same like a jogging.
But
Because
both of them is good for losing weight.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
but it's terrible for that.
But when you eat something, it needs to pass sometimes, not many than 1 hour, and then you can go running. But jogging like a slow temp, you can go jogging
No,
when you eat
it's
some
not.
cake.
It's dangerous when you are jogging or running
Yes,
in the
after eating.
street. It's because it's not soft cover.
Mm.
It's terrible for legs, really. So we haven't special covers, unfortunately. So that's all. My opinion. So I decided to do Scandinavian walking. It's more useful, I think so. It's coffee.
Иди все оставить. Оля, я тебе, пожалуйста, бред.
Hey people, where are you?
Only we. And disappears as usually.
They go to jogging maybe.
No, Denise
They
online.
go to jog.
I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what do you think about jogging and running?
I prefer jogging more because you don't need sports wear, and
So
especially when you travel, you jog a lot because you want to see some famous places. Not you use jogging, not running.
You can listen to music, you can see around, but when you're running, you go straight forward and take more energy from your body.
Yes, and almost you should. No, sometimes you should wake up in the morning, so very early. So it's
early.
I had this.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too.
Mhm.
I prefer to prepare for my job.
I prefer swimming.
All right, thank you. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on. My computer updated not quite long ago. I think literally yesterday, and since yesterday it has crashed 4 times, and I'm not sure I really understand what the hell is going on. So sorry for that pregnant pause there. Um. Okay. All right, guys. So let's. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I really don't know what's happening. Yes, crashed. I think four, 4 times now. That was time number 5, and it's weird.
Where is your doggy?
I don't know why. Yeah, he's here by his mother.
What do you prefer, jogging or running?
Sleeping.
Uh, well, actually, I don't mind running.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind running. Yeah, I actually don't mind running, to be honest. Yes, because I'm wait a minute. I honestly don't mind running. Yeah, because I sort of I'm sorry. Give me a minute here, please. All right. Sorry. Okay, let's continue, please. So, I'm sorry. Where is that noise coming from? All right, very good. So yeah, I actually prefer running. I don't know. Well, but I don't mind jogging too at the same time. I honestly don't mind. I honestly don't mind jogging. Okay, I honestly don't mind jogging. Good. All right, very nice. So, but we have 2 sports here. Okay, we have the 2 first sports here. But before we talk about the sports, when you guys choose a way to work out, what factors do you all usually consider? What factors do you usually consider?
About what? About sport?
Yes, before you do a particular sport, what factors do you guys consider?
Strength and how to say, strength of power, maybe. In Russian, it's сила воли.
Willpower. Willpower.
Willpower. Mhm.
Okay. All right. What else?
Stamina, I don't know how to emphasize. Andy, stamina or stamina? It's called
Stamina. Stamina.
stamina. Mhm.
Please translate what is stamina. Stamina. Stamina.
Uh-huh. So stamina, yes? Stamina.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm sorry.
Усилие.
Yeah,
Главное, это
what
усилие.
is okay, and why are we talking about stamina? Sorry.
Mhm.
How does this affect the workout you're planning on doing?
Stamina.
See that?
Stamina, выносливость.
Мгм.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Guys?
Stamina. For me, important to lose weight. For me, it's
To
more
lose
much
weight.
to lose weight. Yes. For me,
Okay.
very
So it's
very
important
important. Especially
how many
now.
calories that okay.
It's usually
All right,
for
what else?
yes, but for men, it's maybe for health, maybe to feel strength in your body for men. But for women, it's
Okay.
always lose the weight and keep a
Lose
form,
the weight.
be in form.
Yes.
What do you
Maybe
mean?
availability.
Okay.
Availability, not pay so much for doing some sports.
Okay, good. Good. All right, availability of the sports, good. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I have four. So making the decision to get fit is the easy part. Choosing how to go about it is more difficult. We answer four key questions to help you decide for yourselves. Okay. The four key questions. Number one are how quickly will it make a difference? How quickly will it make a difference? Yes. Number two, how many calories does it burn?
Mhm.
Number three, will it keep you motivated?
Mhm.
And number four, what are the benefits? Good?
Mhm. Yes. What
All
is the
right.
benefit?
Okay, of course. Number five, the money issue. Yes, I agree with that one too.
Mhm.
Okay. Number five, I agree. So we have the first two here. We have a tennis versus squash. Do you guys know what kind of game squash is?
It's
Anybody?
It's
with the
very
bat,
fast.
rocket, like badminton, but with the wall. You strike a ball in the wall.
Exactly right. So
Yes.
I suppose you've played it before, yes?
Mhm.
Very very fast
Okay.
sport. Is it?
Okay. So which do you think is healthier, tennis or squash? What do you guys think?
More
Tennis,
more easy. More easy
Sorry,
and more easy squash. More easy.
yes,
squash
but
is easier than tennis.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and which is healthier? What do you think? Which?
maybe
Healthy.
tennis healthy.
Or I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. Both they're not healthy.
What do you mean not healthy? Why do you think so?
Because my daughter, she had two operations. One it was when she was maybe 20 years old. She had operation on her shoulder, and now she had operation in her leg, in your knee. So it's really not healthy sport. But
Okay.
for fun, if you're not professional, it's really very good sport.
Okay. Well, this is what we have. This is what we have. Okay. It says here that tennis versus squash. So I'll just read the information here, and you tell me which one you think is the winner. Okay. Tennis. How quickly will it make a difference after 6 weeks of twice weekly matches?
Mhm. Mhm.
How many calories does tennis burn? It burns 476 calories per hour in a single match, 340 if you're playing a double. Will it keep me motivated? Tennis is competitive, and there is nothing better than playing outdoors. However, your motivation might diminish if you have to be canceling due to the weather because you play tennis outside. What are the benefits of tennis? The strength for a great serve is provided by your thigh muscles. Sharp turns and twists provide the abdominals and upper body through a vigorous workout. So there's tennis. 376 calories, all right, after 6 weeks of twice a week matches. Squash, you have 2 or 3 weeks if you play 3 times a week, and you're going to burn 748 calories per hour. What do you think? Which is the more healthy? Which is the healthier sport?
I think squash.
Squash, thank you. So 476748, definitely squash. And you don't have to do it as many times as you have to do you have to do it a little more often than you do tennis. Okay? All right. Very good. So let's talk about lifting weights and doing circuits. Lifting weights and doing circuits. Anybody here lifts weights? Dennis?
No, I think no.
Okay. All right.
But
Does anybody have any?
I like watching it on TV,
Uh-huh.
like
Okay.
professional sportsmen
Okay.
do it, but I don't do it anyway.
Okay. All right. Ladies, any of us tried circuits? Any of us ever tried circuits?
No. Lifting not
Yeah.
for women, I think.
Come again?
Lifting not for women.
Well, okay. And why do you think so?
Because it's dangerous for your muscles, for your heart.
Dangerous?
Yes, it's dangerous because you lift hard
Heavy.
disc. How to say? Hard disc?
You lift heavy.
Heavy disc. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily agree
Heavyweight.
with you. I don't necessarily agree with you, but all right.
You
Okay.
have to be prepared for this. And when I saw in some program that some men put a belt on their wrist or waist, and
What?
then they lift some in special mm, special style form or rule. They put up the heavy metal disc.
And
Okay. Well.
But
Okay.
you
I
will
don't
damage your
understand.
back if you did it not right, not correct. You
Uh-huh.
will damage your back.
You can
Yes.
damage your back from not
Yeah.
sitting correctly.
Yes.
So I don't think it's necessarily about. But all right. I prefer weights actually. Okay, then we have the next one. We have yoga versus Pilates. What do you guys think? Which is better,
Oh,
yoga
it's
or
so
Pilates?
boring. So boring. For
But
me,
what do you
it's
think,
so
yoga
so
or
boring.
Pilates?
Yoga is more easier for you to do this, but Pilates is demand of your stamina.
Okay.
When I do it first time, I wait for the finishing this procedure. It
Okay.
was very hard for me to do this
Okay.
exercise, Pilates.
Okay. Understood. All right,
When you when you
Natalie. Uh-huh.
when you do yoga, you can think about life. It's like a relaxed moment.
Mhm.
And when you do Pilates, you can because you should concentrate on exercises.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Uh, very good then. Very, very good. So the next thing we have for today is some vocabulary. All right. The next thing we have for today is some vocabulary. Sorry, some grammar rather. Okay.
Mhm.
Um. But let's do the vocabulary first. All right. We have to talk about homographs. So what do you guys know about homographs? What's a homograph? Any idea?
The words that
Yes.
written simple.
Homograph. I don't know. Homograph. I don't
Words that written simply. The same.
Okay. Could you guys give me a minute, please? All right,
Yes.
I'll be right back with
Mm.
you.
Homograph.
The same writing.
What is homograph?
But
Please,
the meaning different. Meaning different of the word.
Svetlana, Svetlana, please translate for us. What is homograph? What is it?
Одинаковое написание, разное звучание. Разное значение.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. I understand. Thank you.
Я встречала в словаре одно слово, а абсолютно
Да,
разное.
да, да. Ну, слушай, то же самое в российском. В русском коса.
Разное или произношение.
Guys,
Нет,
what are we
значение.
doing? Guys, come on! I leave for 1 minute, and you guys are talking. You guys are talking in Russian already.
We discuss
people.
about
Homographs.
And you couldn't discuss homographs in English?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were discussing nuclear physics. Come on, if it's homograph, you can discuss homographs in English.
I gave example by Russian.
They
For example,
written the same
kosa.
Yes, but
Oh,
the meaning
Jesus
is different.
Christ.
Andy.
But sorry, but I think that homographs vice versa a little bit.
Homograph.
Homographs they should be pronounced the same but written in or opposite. I just can't
No,
understand.
actually, homographs are pronounced differently, but spelled the same.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
Okay. Pronounced differently, but spelled the same.
Like verb
Okay.
and noun.
So,
Yes.
like who?
Verb emphasizing on the first part, but noun on the second part. Like record, a record. Am I right?
Yes, like record and record. Yes, record and record. Okay, very good.
Oh, yes.
Okay, but I've got some examples.
Advice and advice. Advocate and advocate.
No.
Advocate.
Advocate is in Russian.
Advocate. Oh, advocate and advocate.
I am not sure of that one. And guys, please, advice is actually pronounced the same.
Advice. Mhm.
Advice is pronounced the same both ways. The noun and as a verb is the same pronunciation. Please remember that, okay?
But how they written with
So if it,
and
when it's a noun, it's spelled with a C. When it's a verb, it's spelled with an S, I suppose. Yes.
Advice.
but they pronounce the same, yeah?
But the pronunciation is the same. All right.
How we call to these words? Not homographs, but something similar maybe.
Oh wait, hello, wait. No, they're not the same. No, different pronunciations actually. The noun is advice. The verb is advise.
Yes.
So different pronunciations.
Okay, but
Spelled-
do we have a special pronunciation for this kind of words that should be pronounced the same but written in other different ways? For the group of
Yes.
So homonyms. They're called homonyms.
Yeah.
Homonyms are words that are
homonyms.
pronounced the same. But are spelled differently. For example, bow. Sorry.
Bed and
No,
bed,
but-
8 and 8, night and night.
Okay. So those are homonyms. Okay. Homonyms, same sounds. Homographs, same spelling. Good.
Okay.
All right. So, for example, we have. So I'll give you a word, and then you tell me what two homographs they have. Okay. We have the word. I'll just write the word in the group, and then you tell me what you think. Okay. How about that? next word is a simple one.
When you close the window and you live close to somebody, it's a
Good.
different meaning.
All right. So close can be as the opposite of open, and close is near. Very good. And the next one we have is
Row. It can be adjective, like raw, mm, raw meat maybe, and it can be like a гребля in sailing, row, and in plane have some row with the seats, with the
okay, but there's no difference in pronunciation.
row.
Homo. Homo.
Bow. You mean bow, not row.
I mean row. No,
Bow.
Bow, I understand. It's
no. I didn't make a mistake. I mean row.
a row.
What's the second way you can pronounce row?
Bow.
You
Row.
can pronounce row or you can pronounce row.
Row.
Yes. All right. You can pronounce row. You can
Never
pronounce.
heard row.
Okay. I'll give you this.
Row.
So the coach had a row with the owner of the team. So a row means
Conflict or what?
a row means an argument, sort of, kind of.
Row.
All right. A row means an argument. Okay. A row.
Okay.
All right. Good. Next one, please. We have. Next one we have. Check this out. Oh, come on.
But
I just
close,
have.
it's the same pronunciation. Close and close.
No, one is close, and the other one is close. The verb is close. Okay. The adjective is close.
Okay.
And then the next one we have here is
Part of
what is
time. Minute. Minute. In my
no. Try again. How do you pronounce that?
minute.
Minute, and the other one is
Minute. Minute.
no. That's Russian.
5 minutes.
So minute, right? Minute.
Minute.
Good. So minute and minute. Good. Thank you.
Minute.
All right. Very good. And the next one we have here is what about that one?
Tia.
There and here.
Okay, the first one is
Tia.
Here and there.
Tia and
Can you-
Two.
okay. So the first, just can you pronounce the word and give me a definition, please?
Here is something like word. Here.
Okay. What does tia mean? Can you use it in a sentence, please?
And when you divide some paper, you tear it on the
Exactly. When you divide. All right. Very good. And the second meaning?
Tia. Слеза.
when you crying,
Yes.
some
Yes.
drop
When you cry. Yes.
When you cry, it's tear.
When you cry. That's and how do you pronounce it?
there.
Tear.
No, that's a
Tear.
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 To tear something is a verb, and tear is when you cry. All right. So one
Yes,
is pronounced tear,
Tear.
like chair. Okay, and the other one is tear.
Mhm.
Very good.
There.
Then we have
Content.
Content. When you satisfied with something, you content.
when you're satisfied. Good. And the other one.
And the
Content.
meaning of the some words can be content.
Okay, to be content, right? Something to content.
Mhm.
All right, very good then. Okay, the content of a program or share. Very good. And
To
then
the share.
all right, and I'll just move here for a little bit there. All right, very good. The next thing we have two more. We have okay, then we have two more. We have the word give me a minute there.
When soldier injured, they have wound.
They have a wound, a wound.
Oh,
And
yes.
the word is okay, the word is injured, injured. When a soldier gets injured. All right, very good. And the next one,
And
please.
it's a verb wind, wound.
Try.
Rana.
When you have a watch and you have
Обида.
to find them every time, but the second form or third form wound.
Not exactly.
Заводить.
No.
No.
Hurt. It's wound. It's also if you hurt somebody or if you insult somebody. This one. No.
Not really. No. So the first one you said, your first one you said was correct. The first one you said was correct. You talked about a wound. All right, a
Yes.
wound. But the second one you actually have is the word wound.
Mhm.
Wound.
And in this context, what does wound mean?
Заводить in Russian.
What?
Заводить. Like your watch.
Заводить.
In
Okay.
previous time we have a watch with some equipment that you have to spin.
Wind.
You have to spin them to, that make the watch work.
Okay, very good. So this one is the past participle of wind.
Fine.
Okay, please be careful, not wind, but
Ah.
wind. Good.
Fine. My
All right.
pronunciation usually.
All
I
right.
Yes.
And then the
with I.
okay, and then the last one we have is this one.
Use. It can be a verb and it can be a noun.
Wind. Ah.
Okay, and is there a difference in pronunciation?
It's no use in doing something. But
Is
you
there a
have
difference in
to
pronunciation, guys? Is there a difference?
the on the end, I think.
Come again?
S and the Z on the end. Use and
Exactly. So use, okay, and use. Very good.
Yes.
All right. So a computer has many uses, all right, but you have to learn how to use a computer. Very good then. All right, let's let's take a look at the homographs we have here, okay? So in the picture we've got three of them, right? In the picture we have a bat, which is the animal, and bat what the police have, right? Then we have a letter. We have a letter like an alphabet and a letter like what you send to somebody, right? Then we've also got to bow and a bow, all right? Bow and a bow. So which of these are homographs? Oh,
all
okay.
of them holographs. The same written.
All right. So they're all spelled the same way, but they might not be pronounced the same way. Very good. All right. So look at the advocate you talked about and an advocate for somebody, the verb and the noun. Yes. Okay. We talked about close and close. All right. And the next ones we have here, we have But so bows. Okay, we have bow and bow. Very good. Okay, we have bat. We talked about. We talked about minute and minute.
But
We talked about ball and ball. So what does the second ball mean? Ball we
boo,
understand as something you play with, but what does the second ball mean?
boo.
It's like party,
Like a
like
party, exactly.
yeah.
All right, like a party. All right, good. And we've got fly and fly.
Insect and plane fly, insect fly. Fly can fly.
All right, very good. So a fly can fly, an insect and a verb. All right, then we have left and
Little.
left. What's the difference, left and left?
Leave the past participle left.
Exactly, right. The past
And the
participle of
left is
leave.
like right and left side.
Exactly, right. Right now, left, right and left. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Okay, very good. We've got pupil, number 8. Pupil. All right. So part of the eye. Very good. And a child in school, a student in school. Okay, we've got sewer. So one of them is what?
It's
Sharp
like canalization in Russian, drone system underground.
Exactly, right. All right, very good. All right, then we've talked about wound and wound. Very nice. And on the last page here, we have fair, fair. Fair as in, for example, it was
Like
a competition
five
was exactly, yeah, the second meaning means light skin,
and
right? Yes.
Fair and bottle. Bottle.
Come again?
I told them maybe fair is not another meaning it's a bottle.
no,
A battle?
no,
No.
no. Fair
No.
it can be very pale, like a color, fair color. And fair is
Fair color.
a place when many people gather together to sell something.
Exactly. And one more fair
It's believe in something.
to be justice, right? Good. All right. And we've got number 12, fan.
Like
12 we've got
electric equipment for your hair.
uh-huh. And
Fan.
And
Fan
like
and
fun.
fun.
beautiful.
Fan
Okay.
and fun.
All right. Good. All right. Very nice. Okay. Let's continue then. And then the next thing we have then is well, to talk about the grammar, I suppose. Okay, but off from the top of your head, is there any other homographs you guys have? Any other homographs?
Not homograph, but flower is like flower plant, and flower is like food.
Okay, but they're spelled differently actually, right?
Yeah.
But they're pronounced, yeah, and they're also pronounced differently actually. One is flower and one is
Yeah.
flower.
Ah,
So the one you use in the house is flower, and the one on the street is a flower. Okay, so there's a little difference in pronunciation. All right, very good then. Very good, good, good. Okay, so there's a little something here, a little interesting. I don't know, just still vocabulary I want to talk about before we go to the grammar. Okay. So these are making. We have adjectives. Give me a minute. Sorry, give me a minute. 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 Okay, so also this one's we talk about adjectives, nouns, and verbs. All right, now we're talking about word building because this is very important. This is very very important, right? In Russian, you sort of have a in Russian you guys sort of have a you sort of have a this word a way of playing with words in Russian, right? You can so сильно усиливать, right? Много умножать, for example, right? Широкий, what's the verb?
расширять.
Расширять, okay? So the same thing, right? Okay, and I think that these are really useful words, okay? Really useful words, okay, if you know how to make them. In English, interestingly, actually, we have the same thing, all right? In English, we also have the same thing, okay? But it works probably a little differently than the way it works in Russian. Okay, because in English you just So for example, let's take a look at the examples we've just had. Who now?
Один and
What now? Sorry, can you
Один
repeat?
and like
Who now?
enforced, encourage. You mean this or not?
Okay, that's one way of doing it. But today we're talking about yes, that's one way. Yes, I think that's actually what we're talking about today. Okay, that's what we are talking about today. So I'm going to read you a couple of adjectives, and I need you to sort of give me the noun and the verb form if we have those. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one we have is strong. What's the
Yeah.
noun? So the adjective is strong.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What's the noun? Anybody?
Strength.
Strength. Right. Please remember strength.
Strength. Mhm.
Okay. And then what's the verb? What do you think? Anybody?
Strengthen.
To strengthen.
Mhm.
Strengthen.
Strengthen.
Strengthen. Good. All right. Feels like I'm only talking to Elena today, right? I'm only talking to Svetlana today, right? Other people are just here to watch. Or Svetlana, have you done this topic before with your group?
Okay, I shut my mouth.
No. I'm not saying you should. I'm just asking. Have you done this topic with your group before? Svetlana,
What
have you
you
done
mean?
this topic? Have you done this topic with your group before?
Yes, I study in our course upper intermediate and maybe in advanced.
But so have you done this topic before? This
No,
good
no,
sport?
no, no,
No,
not
you
this course.
haven't. Well,
No,
then
no.
don't keep quiet. Then don't keep quiet. All right. Just
Okay,
keep hitting it. I like it.
okay.
All right. Don't. I said don't keep quiet. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So the next one we have is long. Long. What's the noun? Long. The noun is
Longest.
Length.
noun. Length. Thank you, Denise.
Length.
Length. And the verb here is
Lengthen.
lengthen. Thank you. Lengthen. All right, easy one, right? Strengthen, lengthen. Good. All right, so deep. Then what's the noun? What's the noun?
Depth.
Depth.
Close, almost.
Depth.
Say it again.
This.
Depth.
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 So depth. Depth. Okay, the depth. All right, and what's the noun? For example, a river. What do you do with a river? You make deeper. What do? You
Deepen.
guys deepen. Beautiful. You deepen.
Different.
All right. Then we have short. Short, not opposite of tall. Short. What's the noun?
Shortage.
Shortage. Okay, not necessarily no. Close, but not no. Shortage has a different meaning. Shortage of something is a lack of something. So this one here is typical. Shortness. All right.
Shortness.
Shortness, definitely shortness.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. And then what about I know. And then what about the verb? What's the verb?
Shorten.
Exactly right. So to shorten the okay, to shorten the story, shorten the matter. Okay, then we have wide.
Wide.
What's the noun here?
With.
Width. Beautiful. Width. All right. So usually when you are about to buy a new carpet in your living room, you usually measure the length and the width. Right. Length and width of the room. Good. All right. And then before you buy a new rope or a new belt, you check the strength. Right. Okay, very good. Yes, in a river, you always measure the width of the river. And then if you want to make it even wider, what do?
If you what?
You you want to make a river, for example, wider.
Mm.
What do? What do you do?
Widen.
Widen. Good
Swimming.
job.
Swimming.
Okay. How does swimming help you to widen a river? Okay. All right. And you've got high, high, high. What's the verb? What's the noun?
Highness.
Sorry. High.
Hi.
That's a good one. Your Highness, right? Your Highness is the way you address the Queen. Okay. But here we have like width. We have a height. All right. We have a height. Okay. Just
Height.
remember it's width. All right. Width, but height. So this is an interesting thing in the word width of something. I think a sound. Silent.
Silent.
What sound is silent? What do you think?
Silent.
No? With, blah, 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 with. So you don't say with, like we went with him. You actually just say a with. So with. That's difficult. All right. So with. So the width. I know, right, difficult. Tongue twister. All right. And then what? Okay. So height. So heighten. Okay. Please, guys, remember. What's the difference between high and tall? Can someone explain the difference
Высокий.
between high and tall? Come again?
Высота и высокий. Есть как?
No, you explained to a 5-year-old English boy.
It's about person. It's about like a building. One
Okay.
person. The guy is tall, but the building is high.
And also about some abstract things. High quality.
Yeah.
Okay. So a building is high or tall? What do you think?
High.
High building.
Sorry?
High
High.
building. And man tall.
So do you say the highest building in Minsk or the tallest building in Minsk?
The highest.
High.
No.
Why?
Where did you guys get that from? Guys, please remember, we use tall for things that are long and thin. Long and thin.
Thin.
So a building is tall, not high. A person is tall, not high. A tree is tall, not high. But a mountain is wide, not thin. So because it's wide, we say a high mountain. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Instead of
But the difference is also the place, right? We use high for a place, not tall. Okay. So my apartment is in the highest floor. Okay. The highest floor. Okay. And how high can you go? Get the difference, please? All right. Guys,
Yes,
But
yes,
high,
yes.
you say what?
high technology.
High technology, yes. Okay. Not all technology. Very good.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Right.
All right. High technology, but higher quality. All right. But you have very high expectations or tall expectations? What is it?
High
High.
expectations.
High expectations, very good. Okay. Then we have weakness and weaken. We have thickness and thicken. We have flatness and flatten. All right. Very good. All right, very good. Let's continue then. We are talking about relative. We're talking about relative clauses. Okay. So, can you give me the main 4 examples of relative clauses that you guys know? 4 examples.
About what?
Relative clauses, relative clauses. 4 of them,
Relative.
guys.
I will
Relative.
go on weekend if the weather.
No. Defining relative clauses. 4 words. I need first 4 words. Oh, let me help you. Which?
The girl which.
Okay, just give me the word. I don't,
The
not
girl.
examples, just the words. Just the words, not examples.
Which, who, that, what.
Okay, thank you. There we go. All right, but you can also add a whose. Okay. All right, so more like 5. Okay. All right. So can you give me an example with which, please? Example with which? Natalia was trying something. Could you continue, please?
It it is better with who to use this example.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, okay, I can try with which.
All right.
She read this book, which she borrows her friends. Her friend.
Borrow need a preposition.
Okay, which she
She.
borrows
Uh-huh.
from her friend.
Okay.
Borrows,
So
yeah, from.
she is reading. She reads or she read? Which is it?
She reads a
Uh,
book. Uh,
Which
oh, yeah, which she borrowed from her friend. Okay.
okay. So I would say she is reading a book which she had borrowed from her friend. She is reading a book she'd borrowed from her friend. All right. Okay. Thank you. She is reading a book which she borrowed from her friend. So this sentence can go 2 ways, or can it? So which is what
That
is correct? What is correct? Can I drop out the which in this sentence? Can I make that same sentence without a which?
she borrowed from her.
Yes.
That
So she is reading a book.
yes.
A
Yes,
book.
it's possible to.
I can drop out the which, yes. And why?
Because it will be possible to understand about which exactly book we are talking about in this sentence if we will miss which.
Okay.
Or we can
She's reading.
A
also
book which
use that
she borrowed from her.
maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, you see, she's reading a book. Full stop. She borrowed this book from her friend. Both clauses have their own pronoun, their own subject. So if there's a subject in both clauses, you can always sort of throw away the relative clause. Did I get that across? So this is the car.
it's
So I
true.
can so if I, this is the car
Mhm.
I bought for you. Okay, this is the car which I bought for you, right?
Yes, what?
Which I
What?
bought for you.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, this is the car which I
Yes.
bought for you. You see, this is the car
Which I
which
bought
I
for
bought
you.
for you. They're 2 subjects, right? Okay, so this is the car I bought for you. Okay, 2 subjects, right? This is the car I bought for you. 2 subjects.
Yes.
Okay, but let's try something with that you can't drop the which. Okay, let's see.
This
Let's try an
is
example.
car.
Uh,
The man who lived in the same storage with me, very
try
kind.
again.
Try again. This.
Okay, so she is the woman who won the marathon.
This.
How many subjects are there in this sentence? Only one.
She.
She is a woman, right? She.
The.
Okay. So
Who
in this
won
sentence,
the.
you cannot drop out. You cannot throw away the who. She is the woman
Is the one.
won the marathon. No, she's the woman who won the marathon. But if there are 2 subjects, then you can omit the relative clause. Did we get that, guys? Did we get that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what if I say, here, can we drop the
The stuff that I told you
relative
about.
pronoun?
The shop that I told you about.
Yes, we
The
can.
shop.
We can throw in the
Yes.
the relative clause, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But what about this? I'll trick you now. Pay attention, please. Can we drop out
Yes,
the
yes.
relative clause?
This is the room in which I was born.
No, it's not relative. We have the same subject.
So can we drop out the relative clause?
The room.
No.
No.
No, we can't. Okay, because we have a preposition.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Because we have a preposition. Okay, and automatically this sentence becomes more formal. All right. So this is the room This is the room in which I was born. Formal. Can someone make that sentence informal? Can someone make that sentence informal? Same sentence, informal, just without the relative clause.
Informal. Неофициально.
Anybody?
In this room. When I was born.
No.
Where?
No
Where?
relative.
Where?
Where I was born. You still cannot
Yeah.
take out the relative clause. The two subjects, so you're supposed to be able to take out the relative clause.
This is room where my mother born me. Born at
Well,
me.
but you still cannot take out the where. This is the room my mother born. No, you still cannot take out the where. All right, this is it. This is the room I was born in.
I was born. Yes.
Or you can say this is the room that I was born in, or this is a room. Okay.
Yes.
Automatically here you don't need to use a relative pronoun.
Yes.
All right, very good. That's one thing. Okay, that's for defining relative clauses. Okay. But what do you call this part here? The part in the bracket. Okay. All right, the part in the bracket. What do you call that?
My brother was given a tennis racket for Christmas.
The part in the bracket. What do you call that?
Doesn't was given for Christmas. Okay. My brother gifted me a tennis racket.
Sorry.
My brother.
I'm sorry. Could you please listen to the question? Okay. The part in the bracket. What do you call it? The part in the bracket. What kind of relative clause is that?
Like definition.
Come again?
It's like definition. Definition.
A relative clause, but some specific one.
Definition.
Some, yeah.
So yeah.
Defining.
Well. Right. Okay. But actually, this is what we call a non-defining relative clause. Okay, this is what we call a non-defining relative clause. Okay, and with this one comes a whole lot of tricks and mind-blowing stuff. Number one, in a non-defining non-relative clause, okay, although, okay, it gives essential information about a person or thing, most times this information is extra. All right, okay. Very good. And usually this clause is separated by two commas. Here I used brackets, but the sentence is supposed to be my brother
My
who
brother
doesn't
likes
like,
sport.
who doesn't, yes, who doesn't like sport, comma, was, okay, so my brother, comma, who doesn't like sports, comma, was given a tennis
Rocket.
racket for Christmas. Okay?
Okay.
Interesting. So that's the way it's supposed to, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Mhm.
All right, very good. There you go. All right. So please remember, okay, between, so separating the sentence from the non-defining relative clause should be two commas. Okay, don't miss out. And in non-defining clauses, mhm, mhm. In the non-defining clauses, you cannot change the which or who for that. So my brother, who doesn't like sport? You cannot say my brother that doesn't like sport. No, you have to say my brother who doesn't like sport. You cannot touch the, okay, the non the this thing here. Okay, all right. And then what else should you know? Which can be used to refer to the whole of the preceding clause. Which is that? Okay, so you can also use which, for example, to mean everything, that mean the whole sentence we've talked about. For example, we have a sentence here. Adriana hasn't come to class for 2 weeks, which is a bit worrying. What is a bit worrying? The fact
Extra
that
information.
Adriana hasn't come to class for 2 weeks. Okay, very good. Which here sort of encompasses everything. All right. Okay, very good. We can also sometimes use of which or of whom or of whose after some, any, none, or both, either, neither, several, enough, many, and few. Don't worry, I'll just put on the slide here so that we can also take a look at this. All right, there we go.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do we have? We've talked about the essentials, right? The essentials are the who, the whose, the when, that, who, whom, and which. Good, remember?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
who and which can be replaced with that. Good, got it.
Mhm.
Great. Non-defining, we have talked about, they give extra information, extra, meaning that you can keep them out and they would not in any way affect the meaning of the sentence or the information in the sentence. Okay, but sometimes they're useful additional informations. Okay, so my current girlfriend, who I love very much, calls me every night, for example, that kind of sentence. Okay, but note the information is non-essential. Okay, form. A kangaroo is an animal which lives in Australia. This is a defining relative clause, which lives in Australia. Here you can say a kangaroo is an animal that lives in Australia, right? All right, very good. For non-defining, we've talked about the fact that you cannot drop out the which. My favorite food that used to be Italian is now Japanese. No, you can't say that. You have to say my favorite food, which used to be Italian, is now Japanese. Of course, if you take out which used to be Italian, my favorite food is now Japanese, the sentence still carries its own meaning. No meaning changed. Okay. So in informal communication, relative pronouns such as who and when are commonly replaced with that. Okay? They're usually replaced with that. But this is in informal speech, so take note of that one, please. Um, uh, So when using defining relative clauses in informal speech or writing, the relative pronoun can be left out completely if it refers to the object of the relative clause. This is the shirt that I bought. You see, you can throw away the that and say this is the shirt I bought. Okay, because here we have two objects, right? Two subjects rather. So this is the shirt I bought. Okay. All right. But in spoken English, please take note. The relative pronoun who is used when referring to people. Okay? However, in formal writing and spoken English, If the pronoun refers to an object of the clause, we use whom instead. My German teacher, whom I really admired, retired last year. But even I don't speak like that, so you can just remember those in case you're ever doing a formal writing. So, any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry,
No question.
no questions?
Yes,
No.
you're absolutely right.
All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. So, we were supposed to do a listening. We're supposed to do a listening, a listening. Give me a minute. I should find it right here. It is should be right here. Uh, I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Let's see if I can. Nope, you can't do that. Whiteboard, screen share, survey, question. No, I can't. Whiteboard, screen share, YouTube. Okay, so I can't give you guys the. Alright, well, I suppose you guys can find the listening later and watch them and listen to them. So, questions. We've got 5 minutes for questions, or we can chat about something before we finish. Guys?
No question. But it's a really very difficult topic.
No, it's not. Why do you think so? Well, don't say it's a difficult topic. Then I'll have to ask you a question. Well, if it's difficult, ask me a question. Guys, questions, please.
No question.
I had a teacher at my college, and he always had this expression after he said "вопрос нет, вопросов нет." He always had he always had this expression. He said if you have no questions, это либо все насколько понятно, если вопросов нет, либо
О, супер!
насколько непонятно,
Это
что вопросов даже нет. So I hope it's the first one, okay? Okay, это насколько понятно, что вопросов нет.
It's second one
Second one,
for me.
that's bad then.
I can't formula the question.
Okay,
It's not easy here.
okay. Well, all right. So that is Svetlana. Anybody?
No question.
No question. I will have time to hear this.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try this again. I gave you a couple of sentences here. Let's take a look at the sentences I gave here. The first one the first sentence I wrote here was she is reading a book which she borrowed from her friend. She is reading a book which she borrowed from her friend. In this sentence, we use which. The which here is what? Defining or non-defining relative clause?
Defining.
Defining, beautiful. Okay, defining.
Not defining.
But
not defining.
so this one is
Translate
defining.
what is defining and non-defining.
Okay, so I don't think a translation will help you. I think an understanding is what would be great.
Yes.
So non-defining relative clauses are clauses that give you additional extra information that can be used in the sentence or not used in the sentence and would not change the meaning of the sentence. For example, in the sentence, my brother, who doesn't like sports, was given a tennis racket for Christmas. So who doesn't like sports is a non-defining relative clause. Because if I were to do this, if I were to say my brother was given a tennis racket for Christmas, would you still understand that sentence? would you still understand that sentence?
Everybody understands this sentence.
Then what's the difference? Then what's the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence?
Defined and non-defined.
Non-defining.
It's defined. Defined. Определенно.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry. I prefer to keep silent.
And the defined sentence, we will not lose the information. But the non-defined sentence, we have some information that can be omitted. Yeah. And it's just like an additional information. We can tell it or not. We can mention it or not mention in the sentence. It doesn't matter. This information is not important for us. And the context of the sentence will not change.
Thank you very much. Well, one person understands. I call that victory. All right, guys. Okay, I suppose that's it. So I think probably when you do the Svetlana, once you do the exercise following this, you might probably have a deeper understanding of it. But if not, you can ask me next time. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one, I suppose, and see you guys in this Thursday, right? See you guys on Tuesday then. All right. See you guys on Tuesday.
Not on Monday.
No, Monday.
Sorry. Oh, Monday. Sorry.
Monday.
Monday. See you guys on Monday. All right. My bad. See you guys on Monday. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Take care of yourselves.